Next, what do we have here? Yeah. Finally, for our last story here. Now, speaking of fast food, now some of you may be surprised to know which brand or which product was introduced on the year that you were born. And I was surprised what was the product that was introduced on the year that I was born. Not so glamorous, but it is what it is. So let's take a closer look here. What is it? There you go. So your fast food favorites, the year that you were born. Oh, let's scroll down, see what piques our interest. So the article here starts on 1947 here. So in 1947, the first product that was introduced was, which was to my surprise, was the original slider sandwich, which is from White Castle. Now, for those who are not familiar, White Castle, do you know the film, Harold and Kumar goes to White Castle? It's a very funny movie that you should check it out. But the main plot of the film was they're craving for that White Castle original sandwich. It's a very small sandwich, so you could eat a lot of sandwiches by the time you finish visiting the fast food chain here. Anyway, so other interesting fast food or products that was introduced. So 1949, wherein French fries was introduced by McDonald's. See what else? Oh yeah. The following year, you have 1950, Dunkin' Donuts was introduced. Donuts was introduced for the first time. So you can just imagine. It's been in the market for all more than 80 years? 70 years, sorry. Then you have 1951, Banana Split was introduced by Dairy Queen. Okay? Let's skip a few years. I think in 56, yes. So 1956 have a very big, large hallmark. If you like chicken, so the original recipe by Colonel Sanders or KFC, for those who are not familiar, was introduced in 1956. Mouth watering, isn't it? So you could just imagine they've been in the market for 50, almost 60, 70 years. So that's a long, long time. Anyway, so let's continue. So 1956, let's go further. So 1957. So Burger King introduced the first ever Whopper. So you can just imagine some of the more popular items that we're used to have been in the market for a very long time, meaning people really like their fast food products, right? Then 1958, pizza was introduced. Pizza Hut came to the market. Then 2 years later, we have Domino's pepperoni, famous pepperoni pizza. Okay, let's skip a few more years. We have 1970. Skip here. Let's go to the 1970. Okay. Yeah. So here we have 1972. Yeah. So Dunkin' Donut introduced Munchkins. Okay. Very small, a smaller version of their donuts. It's delicious. It's bad for your health if you eat too much of it. Anyway, and then 1974, they introduced the Egg McMuffin from McDonald's. And the year that I was born, 1979, tada! Taco introduced their first ever taco pizza. Not so not so savory, but you know, if it works, why not, right? Why are we to contend or complain here? Anyway, so let's skip a few years here. We have the McRibs. I think I saw one. Yeah, here. So 1985, Dairy Queen introduced the Blizzard ice cream. So when you can turn it upside down and it won't spill over. So it's a very cool concept. So it's been in the market for 20, 30, or even 40 years. So it's been successful for that long. Anyway, let's skip the 90s. Let's go to the 90s now. What year was it? Yeah, 95. They had, yeah, the stuffed crust pizza. So that's something I'm very particular. I enjoy eating pizzas, and when they introduced this, I've been always ordering with stuffed crust ever since. Now, whether it's sausage in this case they have cheesy. What's your favorite here? Anyway, uh, shout out to those who were born in 1999. You know who you are. KFC introduced the first ever original recipe for their sandwich. Obviously, it's I would say delicious, not so delicious, but it's a good product here. And finally, the last one we have here. So for the year 2000, Starbucks introduced the first ever, and this is their first ever caramel frappuccino, but they first introduced it in a plastic cup here. As you can see here, that they transitioned from a bottle to a plastic cup, which is synonymous when you're ordering frappuccino from Starbucks here.